What's going on, champs and champets? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video we have to talk about another collaboration coming to the game. Now this collaboration got announced while we're still getting new trailers and new bits and pieces of information for the regular show collaboration, and it's crazy thinking about how many collabs back to back we're getting, but this is part of that Epic Games initiative we had talked about previously, where they want to do 100+ gaming collaborations each year with the Epic Games Store. We saw this with Crimson Desert, I think the game's name was, where you can get a cliff skin? I forget the name of it. We also saw it with Resident Evil Requiem and all those type of games kind of coming to the Epic Games Store with bonus skin promotions, but now we're seeing it with a interesting game that I never thought would actually show up in Fortnite. Here's an image teaser of it on screen right now with the caption of "Who's trailblazing their way into @Fortnite." Now this is posted by the Epic Games Store account because it's going to be an Epic Games Store promotion, so we're not for sure if it's going to be releasing in the item shop right away or if there's going to be a delay between it releasing in the item shop and the time when we're able to actually just get it from some weird, promotional thing with the Epic Games Store. But it's interesting to see nonetheless that we're actually getting a gacha game in Fortnite. I thought we would have got something like Genshin Impact before we got something like Honkai Star Rail, but I mean, hey, one step closer to Zenless Zone Zero in Fortnite, I guess. It's an interesting promotion overall, and even though we don't know how it's going to properly work, I'll kind of speculate on that in a moment. I thought I'd go ahead and talk about the characters that are apparently confirmed to be coming to the game based on this teaser. So first off, we have Kafka from Honkai Star Rail. She's apparently going to be coming to Fortnite, but also on top of that, we have a character I've never actually even heard of before, being Blade, who's set to come to Fortnite as well. Both of these characters should be available via a game promotion at first, so it's going to be something where it's like, oh, purchase a certain amount of our currency, maybe like $20 worth or something like that, and you'll be able to actually obtain both these skins in Fortnite. And the reason I say purchasing currency or, some like DLC bundle is because of the fact that Honkai Star Rail is a free-to-play game, so they can't be like, oh, go ahead, just launch the game, play for half an hour or something, and you'll get 2 skins for free, because if that was the case, then Epic Games being oddly generous for once, I mean, I'll take it. But I don't think they're going to do another like Hogwarts Legacy situation where you got a free back bling, right? But I definitely think it's going to be something, since it's going to be promoted on the Epic Games Store, where you have to meet some type of requirement, you have to spend some type of money in order to get both of these characters once they actually release in Fortnite. And then it might be a similar situation to like the whole entire Desert game that we had talked about recently, getting a whole entire skin, where they might make it so it's like, oh, it can release in the item shop in the future, but we're not telling you when. I feel like that's what they're going to do, to be honest here, because Honkai Star Rail, even though it is a big enough game that I could definitely see them advertising it as, oh, this will come to the item shop on this date, I think they want to go ahead and play on FOMO a little bit more in order to get people to use their Epic Games Store a little bit more. And, maybe that's a little bit like shady to say, but I definitely think they want to try gaining more of a footage in the PC gaming marketplace, especially since Tim Sweeney over on social media recently was basically expressing his hatred for Steam entirely. So who knows? We'll have to kind of wait and see what actually happens with that, but it's interesting nonetheless to see the actual announcement of 100+ gaming collaborations this year happening faster than I would have thought. I remember seeing someone make a comment that it was like 57 days into Chapter 7 that had already been 17 new collaborations, and I think that's already outdated by a few collabs now, so I'm wondering just what is going on. How did we go from, a decent amount of collabs, but a decent amount that still made me make a video called the collab fatigue and stuff, to a point where it's like the only content we're getting is collabs. I mean, there's even been people, starting to dislike collabs in general. There's been people going on in social media mentioning stuff like, the South Park event kind of being boring with their power hours. It's like, why is this the content we're getting, power hours, or after we already had stuff like a whole entire Simpsons season? And a lot of kind of like mixed receptions I've started noticing recently. So in the comments down below, feel free to let me know, what do you think about the Honkai Star Rail collaboration, and what do you think about how Epic Games has been recently? We'll be talking more about how Epic Games has actually responded to recent criticisms in a future video, so stay tuned for that, and until next time, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and until then, peace out.